We're tracking Invest 91L in today's video, and the question is, how strong could 91L get, and could it become our next tropical storm or hurricane? All those details are coming up in this video. If you are new to Weather United, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and sharing this video with your family and friends on social media. We're taking a look at the infrared satellite imagery as Invest 91L continues to head further west at about 10 to 15 miles an hour, with cloud tops that are in the negative 75 to negative 80 degree range, which means these thunderstorms are really intense. We have very robust updrafts, strong winds at the surface, nearing tropical depression or tropical storm force, as this is moving just over the open waters here, just to the north of Venezuela. The system is showing signs of further organization slowly but surely. Vertical wind shear values within Invest 91L's environment is generally favorable, with shear values currently right now between 10 to 15 knots. So timing this out on our latest global computer models, first we're going to look at the European, then the Canadian, and then the GFS model. We're comparing all three global models for you all, since you guys are very awesome. So looking at our European model for Thursday afternoon, October the 7th and the 8th, 2022, we can see where our system currently is here, with moderate to heavy rainfall, explosive burstiness in that convection. But you can see the European model tries to develop this in the next 69 to 72 hours as it heads further west towards Honduras, Nicaragua, as a tropical storm, perhaps with that moderate to heavy rainfall, maybe a low-grade hurricane with 75-mile-an-hour winds that are possible with that rainfall, since it's in a very moist environment. And this could make landfall in portions there of Honduras and Nicaragua as early as Sunday morning, October the 9th. On the Canadian model, very similar here, a little bit further south, maybe a hair slower, which is why it develops it a little more robust, and it makes it onshore by Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening, October the 10th and the 11th, as a very powerful system. Actually, October the 9th and the 10th. There we go. I'm a little bit better on my days at 973 as a Category 1, maybe a Category 2 hurricane with moderate to heavy rainfall and some very strong winds and some flooding and storm surge. But taking a look at our GFS model, we can see a very bullish model here, because why? It's really fast with the system, but just a hair slower than the European model, as you can see here. It is still off the coast of Honduras and Nicaragua still by Sunday morning, October the 9th, in about 78 hours, bringing with it some moderate to heavy rainfall, but it makes its way onshore as a tropical depression perhaps by Sunday afternoon, October the 9th and the 10th, with winds of about 35 to 40 miles an hour. Therefore, the National Hurricane Center gives us a 90% or a high chance of tropical development in the next 3 to 5 days as it heads towards Nicaragua and Honduras. Sea surface temperatures in this area are in the mid-80s, with sea surface temperature anomalies that are still above normal, anywhere between a half a degree up to about a degree and a half above the climatological average for this time of the year and for this region of the Caribbean. So there is a pretty good likely scenario that we're going to see at least some tropical development in this region. Now, when we take a look at our latest spaghetti plot over the next 5 days here, which indicates our intensity and our track guidance, first, our intensity, we can see in the next 24 hours, we could have a high-end tropical depression or a low-end tropical storm, and then in about 72 hours, most of the models still indicate that this could become a Category 1 hurricane, with one model, the HWFI model, indicating a Category 2 hurricane, but the majority of the models still keep this at a tropical storm, and then rapid weakening as soon as it moves onshore of Honduras or Nicaragua in about 4 or so days. My intensity forecast is a little bit higher than the last one, but still indicates that this is going to be a mid-grade tropical storm with winds at around 50 to maybe 55 to close to 60 miles an hour. My track guidance is very tightly clustered in the next 3 days, as you can see here, and the reasoning why is we have a pretty good idea where it's at and where it's headed. And right now, most of the models have this aiming towards the central and northern portion there of Nicaragua in the next 3 to 5 days, bringing with it heavy rain, strong winds, flooding concerns, and a lot more significant impacts potentially for these areas. Also, if you feel like you want to be part of the weather community, feel free to join the Weather United Discord server today. There is a link in the description below this video. That's where you get to know me and know my staff and other people. If you found this weather information very helpful, make sure you smash the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future updates. But anyways, I will see you in the next one. Peace!